look terrible. There were statements released last night. The WNBA.PA, the Players Union, they're crashing out. They're crashing out, and they look less and less professional by the moment. Fans are recognizing this. There are things that I just they cannot keep this from getting personal. And it's making them look worse and worse as this thing's going on.
What if everything you were told about the WNBA right now was incomplete? Because behind the smiles, the press releases, the tweets, and the interviews, the league is quietly tearing itself apart. And at the center of it all, whether they admit it or not, is Caitlin Clark. This story doesn't start with a game. It starts with silence. For weeks, WNBA free agents have been talking privately. Not on ESPN, not on Instagram. In group chats, agent calls, late-night conversations. And when 10 different free agents start saying the same thing independently, that's not noise anymore. That's a warning. They all said one thing in different ways. The league changed, and nobody wants to say why. Because everyone knows why. Before Caitlin Clark, arenas had empty sections. Before Caitlin Clark, national conversations barely existed. Before Caitlin Clark, the league was surviving, not growing. Then she arrived. Ratings jumped. Tickets vanished in minutes. Merchandise broke records. Sponsors suddenly cared. But instead of unity, what followed was resentment.
That little core, ugly fan base that we've all experienced after the Caitlin Clark boom, they care about that kind of shit. But actual sports fans don't. Not only do they not care, they don't want to hear about it. So, let's keep going here. Players care deeply about their fans, take pride in honoring that loyalty every time they take the court. The league's tactics harm current and future players and marginalize the very people.
And now it's exploding. The Players Union believe this was their moment. A new era, new leverage, bigger audience, bigger bargaining power. The owners believed something else, that momentum could be controlled. The CBA deadline came, and then it passed. No agreement, no compromise, no panic from ownership. That's when everything cracked. The union released a statement that shocked even veteran players. Emotional, defensive, angry. Some players called it desperate. Others called it embarrassing. And fans noticed something immediately. Caitlin Clark was barely part of the message. Not highlighted, not protected, not centered. The biggest draw in the sport, treated like an afterthought. That wasn't accidental.
About seriousness right now? Are we talking about seriousness? You said get it together. It says take accountability, pay the players, and then have a 2026 WNBA season. Oh man, yo, I don't know what's going on, but this isn't it. Fam, this is the quickest I've ever seen a group of players ruin their image amongst the fans, fam. Nafisa Collier specifically.
Behind the scenes, younger players started speaking out quietly at first about veterans' gatekeeping opportunities. Veterans fired back, accusing the league of using new stars while refusing to invest in the foundation. And in the middle of this civil war sat Caitlin Clark, doing the most dangerous thing possible. Nothing.No tweets, no interviews, no emotional statements, just distance. Because her camp understood something the league didn't want to face. If Caitlin Clark speaks, she becomes responsible. If she stays quiet, the league reveals itself. Free agents began admitting something that shocked fans when it leaked.
These videos, these CBA videos, and a lot of people originally was like, oh yeah, the players ought to get paid, blah, blah, blah. Now you get in the comment section, it's like, no. I mean, people are like team owner at this point. I mean, they have made them, if it's amazing that WNBA players made themselves feel even more insufferable than prior. That's amazing to me. That's even possible. A lot of people. Insane statement from the PA. There we go. Right there. Second comment.
The league depends on her more than she depends on the league. That sentence alone explains the panic. Owners started pushing back harder. Meetings ended faster. Negotiations stalled. The union lost leverage by the day. And suddenly, whispers started spreading that shocked even insiders. What if she steps away? Not retirement, not quitting basketball, just disengaging. International opportunities. Endorsements. Expansion. Media power. Global branding. One executive reportedly said in private, "We can't survive a future where she's not emotionally invested." That fear is real because the numbers don't lie that a massive percentage of new fans came because of one name, one style, one presence. And fans aren't loyal to logos, they're loyal to people. While this chaos unfolded, another narrative tried to rise. Paige Buchers will carry the league. Players themselves shut that down. They respect Paige. They admire her. But even free agents admitted privately, Paige is elite. Caitlin is seismic. There's a difference between excellence and disruption, and Caitlin disrupted everything. That's why some players feel exposed. That's why some veterans feel threatened. That's why the union is fractured. Because when one player changes the economics, power structures break. Now, here's the part nobody on television wants to say out loud.
We're gonna need Noah's Ark to survive the flood of news that's gonna come in once the CBA is finished. Man, I mean, we're gonna have news left and right. Y'all probably gonna be tired of us YouTubers, man. When the news is getting dropped. Now, I did see something also talking about how the players are bracing for impact. They have these other gyms that they can get in and work out in because, with no CBA, they can't necessarily work out in these facilities that the WNBA owns. So, yeah, man, they are preparing for the worst, but, man, they need to get this done, man. Honestly, the last thing you guys want to do is add any more negative impact.
The league's survival strategy quietly shifted. Instead of building around Caitlin Clark, they tried to dilute her impact, spread attention, control narratives, balance coverage, keep power centralized. But fans saw through it. Attendance follows her. Viewership follows her. Conversation follows her. And when she was left out of key labor messaging, fans didn't blame her. They blamed the league. Free agents began worrying openly about their futures. Not because of Caitlin, but because without her gravity, contracts shrink. Visibility fades. Opportunity dries up. One agent reportedly told a player, "If this breaks the wrong way, there won't be money to fight over." That's how serious it is. This isn't about jealousy anymore. It's about survival. Young players are frustrated because they feel unheard. Veterans are frustrated because they feel replaced. Owners are confident because they think time is on their side. But time favors relevance.
WNBA, I'm going to go back to watching football now. I'll be back when Caitlin plays again, or I'll be back when the Indiana Fever play, because now I'm an Indiana Fever fan. There was a moment here that I think if the commissioner, if she would have been brave enough to put her foot down and be like, hey, you know what? We're leaning all the way into this. And I'm sorry if you guys are upset about it, but we're going to lean all the way in because I believe that this is going to help everyone. We're going to lean all the way in because this is a great player and she's bringing so many eyeballs to this league that we have deserved to have for many years, and now we have them. So all this other crap, cut it out. I'm going to set up this department in the WNBA. I know that a lot of you guys aren't used to having this much
And relevance follows Caitlin Clark. That's why silence is powerful. Every day she doesn't speak, the pressure grows. Every game she plays without engaging in the politics, the contrast sharpens. Fans are asking questions the league can't answer. Why is the biggest star not the face of negotiations? Why is the union fractured now, of all times? Why does it feel like everyone is scared to say her name? Because acknowledging her power changes everything. IKT forces the league to admit dependence. It forces owners to negotiate honestly. It forces the union to confront reality. And right now, nobody wants that. This is why free agents spoke up. This is why leaks keep happening. This is why the narrative feels unstable. Because the WNBA is at a crossroads. Build around the star who changed the game, or pretend the game changed itself. And fans are watching, not casually, not quietly. They're choosing sides. And if the league chooses wrong, it won't lose Caitlin Clark the player. It will lose Caitlin Clark the magnet. And once that's gone, there's no statement strong enough to bring it back.